Excuse me, trying to fix my light. Uh, Back for another episode of Top Five Live, episode 110 of your hopefully new favorite show or already favorite show.
That's
Um,
great. 110 episodes is wild, bro.
That's a
I
lot.
know
That's a lot of shows, man.
that's what I'm saying. That crap is it's crazy. It's a blessing, honestly. Um, but all right, so this week our list, and I have had I've had a incredible uh trip down memory lane due to this list. We're doing the top five Super Bowl performances, halftime shows, pretty much. Um, and I had an exhaustively awesome time going down memory lane listening through some of these shows. Um, people be hating on stuff. It's people hate on stuff just because they can nowadays. So we'll see how to like I saw people we'll get into it once we get there, but like people said Rihanna's show last year sucked, and I'm like, man, shut up. Now I don't know, bro.
She was
Huh?
like 8 months pregnant.
She
People don't
just
care,
stood there.
bro. People don't
She can't
care.
do much.
she did good for what she could do.
That's what I'm saying. She a whole pregnant, and all of us could see it. You know what I'm saying? So if you expected her to like,
Your internet is terrible right now, man.
Me or Morgan?
Morgan.
Oh,
Morgan just looked like a bunch of stills strung
oh,
together.
I know what it is. Y'all go ahead. Y'all go ahead. I'll be right back. I know.
Hey, I'm doing a YouTube video to surprise my friend. What the hell? Morgan always got racist internet, man. I'm worried about him. I'm worried about him, man. So yeah, we gonna have a good show today. We're doing top 5 Super Bowl performances, all time. I don't remember liking a ton of Super Bowl performances. True. Yes, Morgan got that AOL.
I had y'all know my list gonna be different. But I think my list was more memorable moments. Like okay, there's a lot of good Super Bowl performances. Um, but mine's is like what things do I remember the most from the Super Bowl? So I'm sure we're gonna have a lot of the same ones, probably like the top 2 or 3. But
Did you show Kyrie in your list?
no, I didn't show Kyrie my list actually.
Oh man,
Let
he
me
said it's gonna be amazing.
If we
That's
don't
why
all
he
have the
I
same
haven't
number one,
seen it yet.
if we don't all have the same number one, bro, I'm gonna be so upset. I'm
I already
legit.
know Danny's number one ain't number one. Ain't the number one you thinking about.
I,
I
I,
already
I
know
It
that.
might be. I think it is.
I'll be so
I
disappointed,
think
bro.
me and Morgan's number one will be the same. I'm not sure about yours.
That is a nice Tuskegee Air shirt, man.
I appreciate that. This is I actually wore my old one out. Greg got me a new one.
You bought one or he gave you one?
Well, I bought one, but he said because I'm always wearing it in my videos and everything that I was like, man, I wore my other one out, and he was like, oh, I'll bring you one. So last time he came by, he brought me one, but I did buy some books from him at the time. So he was like, I'll throw in a shirt for you.
I'm telling you, man, Danny rich, y'all. Y'all keep listen. Y'all don't understand. Danny's rich.
No,
No,
That's
he's not.
why. That's why he just be going to comic book shops, just buying books all over the place,
no,
funding everybody's Kickstarter. That's all right. All right,
Plug,
Bruce.
I can plug people's Kickstarter. That don't
All right,
cost me
Bruce
nothing.
Wayne.
No, if I was Bruce Wayne, you would definitely know. You would definitely know.
Got a whole store.
That's why I'm broke. that's why I'm broke right there. That's why I'm not rich. But nah, we getting it together.
All right, so Morgan has some topics. Morgan, what you want to talk about, man?
Listen, I don't know what I mean. I don't know. Danny had something he wanted to get into too, so I don't know what y'all want to go into first. Mine was something that came off of Shannon and Ocho talking. Is my connection straight now, or do I need to reset it?
Nah, it's still pretty bad. But
it's good to me.
You good.
So, well, See, I would have to show the video for the other one.
Just talk, man.
But there's one that there's a YouTuber trying to make this video. I'm sure some people have seen it. I don't know what video he was trying to make, but y'all have seen these YouTubers that like purposely antagonize people or see how far they can push people or mess with them or whatever and get a reaction out of them. And this one went left. Like, so I can send it. Because I want people to have context if they want to see it. Long story short,
I don't think we could show that one. Ain't some violence in it? I didn't see the whole thing though.
Yeah, but you can't see it.
Oh, okay.
Like you see the moment, but you don't see like blood.
What happened? Just tell us what happened.
So it was a YouTuber. Some guy in the mall was walking minding his business. The guy was a YouTuber. I don't know if the guy that was walking in the mall knew he was a YouTuber, but he was trying to shoot something for YouTube. The guy kept telling him, "Leave me alone," and trying to walk away. And the guy that was the YouTuber like came back close to him again after he told him to leave him alone. So the guy that was walking in the mall took his gun out real quick, shot him. It said, "I told you to leave me alone," and kept it moving. He went to court. He didn't get time in court for shooting the guy. He got time for discharging his weapon in a like inside a building. It was something like that. Me personally, I wanted to see like what people. There were mixed reactions under the video on IG. Some people were like, "You can't do that." You know what I mean? He wasn't like a physical threat to you. He wasn't doing you any harm. So you shooting him is going overboard. And
he gave him one stern warning.
I will speak for me first before anybody else, gets into it. I will speak for me first. People play too much. And let me not be hypocritical.
Bro, I just watched it.
You saw it.
Hey, listen, man.
Hey.
I don't advocate for violence, but so y'all got to realize that mental illness is serious out there, man.
I don't know.
What my point is, you don't know who you messing with at any given time in this world.
Exactly.
So
you run upon the wrong person like that. I can imagine. I mean, like my dad is not a violent person anymore, but don't run up on him the wrong way at the wrong time because you are liable to get body slammed or worse. So you do not know. That's what these people be putting. I've said that since prank videos became popular. Like just regular people doing prank videos, bro. Don't be touching people. Don't be getting close to people. You gotta people out here trying to get these clicks. You're gonna get these clicks, all right.
You GD right. See, that's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. No, I was going to say, I saw a video where the dude, I think they were in a Walmart, and the dude was trying to do a prank, and he touched the guy or something. He did something. He invaded his space. That dude wailed on him, like beat the living mess out of him. He's like, "It's a prank. It's a prank. It's a prank." Mm-hmm. I'm like, listen, man, y'all keep messing with people.
See, that's what I'm saying. So I want to put this out here so nobody's saying I'm being a hypocrite. I do personally find some of the funniest stuff on the internet to me is when you catch somebody in their element. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like me and Danny, I don't remember what it was for, right? I don't remember what it was for, but me and Danny were talking and I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna get you to record me." I think I wanted to prove the unspoken rule among black men. I don't know if black women do it as much as black men, but I know for a fact that if a black man is sitting in a seat minding his business, no black men sit beside each other. If there's a seat in between them available, it will never happen.
Yeah. No, right? That's true. That's true.
It's an unspoken thing. It's just
true.
Nobody needs to discuss it. Nobody needs to tell you. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is, right?
I remember us talking about this. You just going up and sitting beside.
Nah, you try to get beat up.
Yeah. So I told Danny, I said, "Yo, record me." I said, "Record me. We can go to like the barbershop." and I'm a purposely like there's gonna be open seats, and I'm gonna purposely sit beside this guy. I'm not gonna touch him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna touch him. I'm just gonna sit beside him and see how long it takes him to get up and go to another seat.
Mhm.
That crap will be hilarious to me. Now, if I do that, I should not get shot for that, right?
You should
You
not-
shouldn't get shot,
not
but
get shot for
don't be bad if somebody be get
I
up
wouldn't be.
off me.
You might get fussed at. You might get fussed at.
I
but you
might.
should not-
I might, but it will be worth it though. In my opinion, to prove it, it will be worth it. That crap will be hilarious.
But this one different though, because this dude like he pushed the camera out of his face. He tried
Agreed.
to walk away. Hey,
Agreed.
listen, man, you can't roll up on anybody nowadays, man.
To me, this one was completely different because
He shouldn't have shot him, but I understand.
Do I wish he hadn't have shot him? Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna say he shouldn't have because he don't know what this dude is doing. He done told you multiple times, stop. And you're touching his personal property, not just his body, but his phone. You know what I'm saying? Like you're messing with his personal property. He don't know what you're doing. You could say it's a YouTube video. You could say whatever you want. Perfect example for me. I know you guys have seen the video of the guy that runs up on people saying, I'm Tyrone, big black dude. Runs up on them, I'm Tyrone. And F this, you know what I'm saying? If they're smoking a cigarette, he runs up on them, he smacks the cigarette out of their hand, calls them some type of insult, then looks them down and be like, what you gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? First off, I have rarely laughed so hard as when I first came across them. Yo, I used to pass out laughing at them joints because they are too funny to me. Like, it still makes me laugh to this day.
I saw when he got his butt kicked though.
He got swung on. I haven't seen him get his.
I saw him get his butt kicked.
I didn't see that. You got to send me that later.
If I find it, I'll find it. But I'm pretty sure I saw him get taken to the ground.
I saw people swing.
He did it to the wrong person.
I've seen multiple people swing on him, but I have not seen him get beat up.
Let me see if I can find it.
Tyrone get beat up. I'm just saying those videos are hilarious to me. So I don't want to be hypocritical. Like I don't think it's funny. I do think it's funny. I just think you got to know the risk you're taking. Like there was this guy. I saw this white guy. My boy Jordan at work was showing me a video of this white guy that was walking around the hood saying he was walking around the hood. And he was like, hey, you trying to catch his fade, homie? And black people were like, what you say? And he was like, you trying to catch his fade. And he was like, who catches his fade? Because like this gonna automatically make you bout it because you think this dude challenges you to a fight, and then they be getting ready like, what the you know what I'm saying? Like they're squaring up now. He'd be like, hey man, I'm just talking, I got these free haircuts. You know what I'm saying? He had a coupon. Bruh, when I tell you I was crying, laughing, bruh, like them joints are always hilarious to me, but he knew the danger he could possibly be in. As long as the overall moral of the story to me is you F around, you find out. You know what I'm saying? And that was the perfect example of it.
I mean, honestly, like it's just everybody doing everything for the gram. And it's funny, I see a video that said Tyrone prank gone wrong. Hoax, Tyrone shot 3 times in the chest.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
it must be a joke.
We would have heard about that though. Wait,
honestly,
let me refresh this real quick. Y'all keep going.
No, it's honestly, some of them are funny, some of them are not. The ones where there used to be one where I can't remember. It was like a guy going up to people's girls and like trying to pull them. I don't know if you've seen that one. He would literally like grab their arm and like pull them close to him.
Oh, I know there was some good stuff in there, boy. Oh my god.
I'd be laughing, but in my mind, I'm like, y'all gonna mess around one day and hit the wrong dude.
I agree.
Or pull the wrong girl.
I agree, but I cannot lie and say I don't think it's funny. It is definitely it's a catch-22 for me because every time I watch them joints, I be dying laughing. But I feel bad because then people are putting themselves in bad situations, bro. I don't know.
I tell you ones I laugh at. when they do the horror movie joints.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like
Yeah.
when they
Yeah,
do the
buddy.
horror movie people.
Yeah, buddy. Them joints are good. Yeah, those are good. See, that's what I'm saying. I love pranks, but I especially love pranks when other people aren't in on them. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I just, like I said, under the comments, people had different opinions about it. Some people were like, "Nah, you can't just shoot, buddy," or whatever. And I'm like, man, this if he was not touching him or touching
That's
his
the thing,
property,
though.
I would get it. What's good, Kevin? But he putting his hands on that man, bro, and on his property. I can't justify you on that, bro. I can't possibly say, you know, oh, he was just playing, man. You wrong for that. If I was on a jury, there's no way I'm convicting him for that. He told you multiple times, stop, leave me alone, and created distance from you, and you close the distance to then grab his phone again. Whatever happens is on you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's an F around to find out. The one with the guy on the bar. Oh yeah. That crap is funny, and I've definitely seen that go left.
Oh yeah, the one with the guy grabbing. Yep. Or like the one when they're on the escalator, and like the guy like.
Yeah,
he like touches the dude's hand as it goes up.
Bro, have you seen the dude like in Walmart? He'll be in Walmart, right? And somebody's like, somebody's shopping and looking at something, and he'll get right behind them and then put his mouth out of the ear and be like,
Yeah, I see that.
Oh man, that's how you get your.
I'm like, bro, y'all got to off me, bro. Y'all got to back it up.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I like the one at Walmart where he's like walking by and he'd be like, "Ooh, that girl ass fat," and then the girl turn around and she'd be like, "Excuse me." He's like, "No, I'm talking to the phone."
I forgot his name. Yeah, but he be on TikTok all the time. Yeah, that crap is hilarious too, bro. Oh man.
What Kevin say? Question for the pod. Rob Liefeld said Jim Lee can't draw a better Wolverine than him. Thoughts?
Hey, that's for you and Danny right there. Hold on, let me.
Rob Liefeld is an accomplished artist and a legend, and I will not say any disparaging remarks.
I prefer Jim Lee's Wolverine to Rob Liefeld's, but I can understand. I can see people who.
But I will say I'm going to agree. I prefer Jim Lee's to Rob Liefeld, with all due respect to both parties.
But I can understand, it's a stylistic thing. They both draw Wolverine very well. And I could understand if somebody would prefer Rob's to I could understand if somebody would prefer Rob's to Jim Lee's. It's a stylistic thing. But I prefer
all it is.
I prefer Jim Lee.
Keep it very Danny and I keep it really professional.
No, I mean that's the truth. Like that's really the truth. I'm not gonna say like this is what social media is for. You get to know the people that you admire, you look up to, and you actually get to see their personalities. Some people rock with that kind of stuff, and I'm like, hey, y'all got it. I'm not. So most sane people prefer Jim Lee over Liefeld. I mean, listen.
You'd be surprised, man. You'd be surprised. There's a lot of Rob Liefeld fans out there.
Yeah, man, I like a lot of his stuff, man. And the one time I did get to meet him, he seemed to be a nice guy. But the stuff I've seen online that he does is a little bit out there. It's a little bit on the line. But I thought the same thing about and I'm not gonna compare these two. What's your guy's name who made Atrocitus? Dang,
Ethan Van Sciver. Yeah, that's a totally different.
I was like, the first time I met him, I was like, oh, he seems like a nice dude. But that dude,
I haven't met him, but from my understanding, he don't like people like me. So
yeah, that's what I get.
So I mean,
that's the message I'm getting too. But
I just decided, and I used to be a fan of his work. I really was. I was a big fan of his work. I'm actually reading something from him right now, like New X-Men.
That's Ethan Van Sciver?
Yeah, it's Frank Quietly and Van Sciver. Yep, is in it. Yep,
nice.
Yeah, my shout out to Heroes Legacy, my longtime comic book shop closed down this last week.
That's
pretty sad, man. Pretty sad. But they had a really good sale. It was like everything was like 75% off.
He said, "Man, I'm sorry that y'all going out of business, but you said 70%."
I was like, let me,
I would have
let me
been in
get
there
that.
too.
Let me
He
get
said 70%. I'm
I
gonna be in.
walked out with like 15 trades for like $20.
Yeah,
I was like, I will always remember y'all.
I'd
gotta
be on
do
there crap for Pop Dog for
That
Pop
means
Vinyl.
Javon can open. Man, listen, I am not about that comic book shop life. Much respect to those who can do it. I gotta be a lot richer than I am now to do something like that, and I ain't rich.
Hey, do y'all want to use that as a segue to the other conversation we were having before we came on there?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
That's
Hey,
dope.
Daniel said he's wearing his blackjack shirt.
That's
Daniel.
dope, bro. I appreciate that.
All right, so Javon, you want to set it up, or you want me to do it, or?
Well, so I saw on Facebook it was this thing about with Jay-Z, and somebody said Jay-Z has $2.5 billion. His cousin asked for 4,800, and he said no. To put that into perspective, that'd be the equivalent of someone who made $50K a year being asked to give a dime. And I was like, that sucks.
That does suck, but it's his money.
And this is money. Like, who am I? I don't pocket watch, man. I don't pocket watch.
Yeah, that's where I was gonna go. I don't watch people's pockets. Me and my wife, we talk about this a lot. Well, not a lot, but whenever we have a chance to give to, like, you see people, begging on the side of the street and stuff like that. And if we just have it, if we just, I just got some spare change around, I'm going to grab it out of my pocket and give it. Tiana's going to grab it and give it to them. If I got time, if I'm stopped at the light and I can get it before I need to move on, I'm going to do that. But it's different. For some reason, it's different when you have history with a person. Like I have family members that I would not necessarily give money to. I would give you an opportunity to make some money, or I would try to work with you to do something, but I'm not going to hand you money. There's a dude who called me, a coworker of mine, who called me on Sunday morning at 6:30 and asked me for $50. And I said, yo, it's 6:30 in the morning. Why are you? He's like, hey man, you got your Cash App ready, man? Can I get $50 to get my day started? I
He
said,
said, you got Cash App ready?
brother, if you don't get off of my phone at 6:30, the one day I get to sleep in, you gonna call me talking about some, can I get $50? Like, I will never ever give this guy money. And because I gave him money before, is the reason that he calls me, you know what I'm saying, to ask me for money now. So I can understand if it's a
I get
situation
it.
like that where it's like, yo, this family member is, I can't risk giving them, you know what I'm saying? So hey, it's
I mean, it depends. It depends. Like, just because somebody made, a billionaire doesn't necessarily mean. I mean, $4,800 is still a lot of money. Like,
yeah,
it's not like Jay-Z don't remember being broke.
It's like I still got to go to the bank to get that.
Right. Like, it's Jay-Z remember being broke. So, like, it ain't that long ago. So, I mean, another thing when you have, like, if you're that rich, Sean, I just saw Edge to AEW. I think it's interesting.
Edge is my guy.
I love his theme music. Anyway,
yeah.
I think once it's almost like a floodgate thing. Like, once you start giving it to one person, then that one person might feel that they can come back and get 4,800 more, and B, not a whole family might be coming in to be like, hey, let me get this, and then you funding everybody, and that's one of the quickest ways to go broke, for rich people to go broke.
I assume that post came from, because Shannon and Ocho were talking about it too last night, and they had a funny but good discussion about that. And one of the things that Shannon said, and Shannon and Ocho said, was that, people always say, if I had this much money, I wouldn't. They before you even get done with that, they'd be like, nope. They were like, no, you wouldn't. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And I know what I would do, but it has context to it. So y'all are absolutely correct, and so is everybody else, that the quickest way that you would go broke in them situations is people, just because they're family, just because they're acquaintances, and notice I said acquaintances, not friends. You know what I'm saying? They feel as though they're, when you come up, you know what I'm saying? Number one, they're gonna say
It's his niece. It's his niece, Kevin. That's Harlem. That's Lumberjack's niece. So hopefully not on that.
Harlem is Lumberjack's niece. I don't know. I ain't read the book yet.
Yes.
I ain't get my copy.
Yes. So hopefully not on that.
Morgan will Lumberjack smash Harlem.
I don't know what kind of books Morgan is writing.
Lumberjack is married, sir.
I'm gonna say no on that.
All good. It just means nobody reads it. That's fine.
Nobody has it yet. Nobody has it yet. They can't read it.
No, not Harlem. I'm talking about Lumberjacks is married. Why would he smash Harlem?
I mean,
anyway,
I've read all them issues. I don't remember him saying it. Let me read it again.
His wife is in the.
I know, but I don't recall him ever act. I'm gonna read it again. Don't worry about it.
It's in Harlem. That information is in Harlem.
Yeah.
Read it again.
So yeah, Shannon and Ocho were talking about that, and like y'all, I agree with y'all. It is. You could go broke quickly with that mentality, especially and this is another conversation is coming up right now because the lottery. I think the lottery just went over $1 billion. So we were talking about
when did they do the lottery? Wednesday and Friday?
I think it was Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday or Friday, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me go to the gas station.
I think there has to be context, bro. And for me personally, when they're making money on that level, that will be something that is well put out there. There will be almost a not an NDA, but there will be some type of documentation for people who want it, because I have no issue with giving it to you depending on who it is. But I agree with Shannon too. Shannon said that he's not going to, if he's going to give somebody money, he's giving it without the expectation that they pay it back, because that's how.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's how things get ruined, and I agree with that 1,000,000%. I do that now. I would far rather give you the money and not expect it back. I would like it back. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to expect it back because I don't want to change my relationship with you. You know what I'm saying? And if I do, but I am also the type that if I'm going to move on from a relationship with you or change how I'm dealing with you, I need to make you aware before I do that, because you might not even know you pissed me off or did something. And I've seen that live in action too many times to make that same mistake.
I'm telling you, if I ever won the lottery, no one would ever know. I'm going to pick up my money in a mask and go. I screen mask on.
They have ways for you to be able to pick it up anonymously.
Absolutely, I would quietly quit my job. Nothing else would change.
I think that
I called Danny to send me.
I think that you have to be careful. You have to be careful with that type of stuff, because once one person hears about it, the floodgates going to open, and everybody's going to do it. You know what I'm saying? So
you damn right. Yeah, that's what you know. That's what you know. Be like Heat by Ryan Coogler. Oh, Javon came on with some money. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say nobody would know. But I'm not gonna announce my movements. There will be the people that of course my loved ones will be straight. People have, you know what, in these conversations always baffles me is people have really dumb goals concerning, like, if you did win the lottery. People have stupid goals.
How are they stupid? That's their goals though.
Because you're gonna go broke.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like, because it's not like, to me, the first thing out of your brain, if you win $1 billion, the first thing out of your brain is becoming debt free immediately. That should be the first. There should be nothing else on your mind other than that. Like you should, like everybody does the stereotypical. I'm gonna go to the church and pay my tithes. Okay, all right. You ain't paying your tithes now, so. But okay.
I'll be real with you. The first thing I would do, the absolute first, I would buy a new car. That would be a gift to me. I would get whatever the car that of my dreams. That's what I would get as a celebration. That the first.
I'm gonna get to this in a second, Sean. I have not seen the video. I saw a report. I think Javon sent it. You sent this, didn't you?
I didn't say it wasn't a video. It just explained what happened.
Yeah. I'm gonna get to that in a second. My first.
I mean, you could do all that other stuff like going debt free and all that.
That's gonna be the first thing I do. The first thing I do is gonna be any money I owe anybody is done. That's the first thing that's happening. That's number one.
A little bit.
I'm paying. Bit. I'm not gonna owe anybody anything, and then I'm going to buy a house.
You know how much $1 billion is?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. I'm saying in a matter of order, what's going to happen first, and that
right.
Is
that's what I'm talking about. Like if you give me if the check is cash, the first thing I'm going to do is do something nice for me, and then I'll take do the car, get me a nice car, and then I'll take care of all that other stuff. But
I'm not judging you.
First thing I'm doing, me and Tiana have talked about this probably more than we should have. First thing we're doing is booking a vacation. We're going to go somewhere away from everybody, away from everything. And just be like, hey.
With just the two of you or you and the kids?
Us and the kids. We're taking the kids. We're going to some place where we can actually sit down and figure it out. Because, of course, like Morgan said, it's going to be debt-free. But we're going to be debt-free while we're on an island somewhere. We're going to be somewhere that we can just get food brought to us, and we can be on a beach and relax, and we can say, okay, now we're going to send this amount of money to such and such a church. We're going to pay off this person's house. We're going to do this. Ace Blade movie 1, 2, and 3 are going to be in
succession.
In 2024, there will be 4
Diddy going broke. So Diddy just told us Diddy going broke.
Okay. Hey, you make money to spend it.
I'm setting
the trust funds up for the kids. I'm setting the trust funds up for the kids. But them movies are getting made for sure.
Yeah,
it's gonna be at least a trilogy.
But I like that idea though. I'm just not taking the kids. Like I'm paying. I'm flying somebody up. I'm flying somebody up. We go listen. Me and my wife. We go somewhere for we gonna go somewhere for like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
For like 2 straight weeks. We go relax. We go talk. We go get it all out. We go enjoy life as a married couple. If read between the lines, and then we'll get back to the real world and take care of everything. But we ain't bringing the kids now.
My first.
We ain't had a trip without the kids in a minute.
Like I said, my first thing is I'm debt free. Anybody I owe anything, that's a dub. You can forget it. That's number one. Number two, I'm buying a house, cash money. I'm buying 2 cars.
I like my house.
I'm buying 2 cars. Not nothing crazy because I don't love cars like that. I'm gonna find a nurse that can work with my son full time. So that when I need to move around, I can take him with me to move around and know that he's still gonna be well taken care of. I'm gonna get baby girl straight, for school, finish paying her stuff off.
School.
Danny's obviously getting. Danny's gonna make Ace Blade regardless. I'm 100% sure if I give him money, he's gonna make Ace Blade. So I can't worry about. I can't watch my
executive producer on the first Ace Blade movie.
I can't watch my brother's pockets. That's not my goal. That's not my job. But
I'm gonna make 3 straight Ace Blade movies.
He would though. He would, and I would have to. Me and Danny just had this discussion. I don't know that we could have it on live because it could.
Hey, no,
dude,
at least make $1 billion of budget.
Make sure that is profitable. Make one. Make sure it's profitable.
You don't care about that. You
I
understand?
completely do not care about.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. Javon, I deal with this all the time. Do you hear me? And let me tell you the worst part of it. Let's say I won $5 billion and I gave Danny $1 billion, he still would not. Let's say I can't say it on the live.
No,
I cannot say it on the live. I cannot say it
if
on the
somebody
live.
no. If somebody has invested in me, my entire goal is to return your investment. If you believed in me enough to say, "Yo, Danny, I believe in this Ace Blade thing you're doing. Here's $1 billion. I'm gonna get your $1 billion back." Okay. If I got to work till I'm 90 to get it back to you, I'm getting you your investment back. But now, if it's my money and I can do with it as I want to do with it, I'm gonna try some stuff.
Yeah, I don't mind you trying it, but like
stuff.
you can make one. You could take 100 million of that billion, make one Ace Blade movie, put that out, and if it hit, then you could just take the money that you made from that and make another one, and then go use that other money for other stuff.
He don't
The
care about
trilogy
that.
is happening.
See, Javon, when I tell you, there are two things I know about my brother, bro. He does not mind throwing loot at something, whether there's whether there is a plan in place or not.
Danny
don't care, bro.
Danny over here doing Lord of the Rings Ace Blade style.
We could have a plan. We could have a plan. We could have a full plan, and Danny be like, "You want to know really easy evidence? We could say Danny could tell you right now, yo, the Kickstarter's launching on. Shoot, you about to do Ace Blade. Kickstarter launching October 20th
at 11 a.m.
I guarantee you. The Kickstarter is supposed to launch on October 20th. Let's say 11 a.m.
11 a.m.
He is 100% going to launch it earlier than that, just cause.
You're gonna be wrong.
No, I'm not. No, I've never been wrong about this.
Right? Y'all all watching.
Y'all heard this? Remember what I said tonight. I promise you that Kickstarter is launching early. I promise it is.
Hey, you know what, Danny?
At 11 a.m. Eastern
Danny, you spend your $1 billion to make your trilogy of Ace Blade movies. I'm gonna be right there, front and center, because you're giving me a free ticket.
Absolutely. I'm flying all the homies out. I'm flying Tiana's family out. I'm flying my family out. Everybody gonna have a good time.
Then you going broke, man. I can already see this right now.
Hey, at least you said it.
I'm betting on me.
Danny betting
I'm
on
gonna bet on me too, but I'm gonna be smart about it.
Danny gonna
I'm gonna bet on me too, but I'm gonna be smart about it.
Hey, listen, if I got $1 billion, a Heat movie is absolutely gonna be made. One Heat movie is gonna be made, and it will make another.
I don't really know if people like them until you get to the third one, though. Like
my job is marketing.
That ain't how it works, bro.
Your job is marketing. Your job would be to build and market your character to a point where people ask for that movie, and then you make it.
I mean, if I had $1 billion, like tax-free $1 billion, like straight up billion, I would literally make a Ace Blade, a Heat movie right now.
You already said Ace Blade. You
did say Ace Blade on wax. You put it on wax now.
A Heat movie. I'll make a Heat movie right now. Like no joke. Like, and because then, like I said, you make the movie. All you're doing at that point is finding distribution. Because if you got $100 million to make a movie, you take care of everything.
Yeah.
All you're doing is paying for this. All you're doing is getting distribution. You just cut a deal with somebody.
Which distribution company y'all going with? I'm going with Amazon Prime.
Oh, you don't even want yours in the theater.
Yeah, it'll go to theaters first, but it's going to be on Amazon Prime though.
It would depend. It would depend on the property.
Yeah, I don't really care. As long
it would depend on the property. I don't know if I would. I know what network is not going on.
What?
Can't say.
Nah, you so confident.
I was about to say, you know why he can't say? He can't say because if that particular company come to him and throw some money at him, he gonna be like, "Yep."
It's not, no, it's not that.
Gonna be like,
not that. No, the reason is because you don't know. I've learned from people that are in a position that I would like to be in. You don't know who from said company
That's what I said.
may have moved on to another company that you might actually want to work with, and they might take offense to the fact that you put that out there. So I'm not. You forget it.
I'm making Afro Avenger going to DVDs.
Nobody buy DVDs,
Kevin. I'm gonna make Solitary, put it on Tubi.
As long as you get it, as long as you got like a special feature with the creator's commentary, I'll buy the DVD. I for surely will.
I'm telling you, I would if I had $1 billion straight up, not like a lotto billion. A lotto billion is like 500K.
Yeah, like what if you get it cash straight out, it's
it's like 470 million, which still a lot of money, but
that's still life changing. Cause
but I'm telling you, I'm just saying, y'all would never know. I'll be wearing the same shirts. But as soon as I get off this, I'm putting on my Louis Vuitton. As soon as I get on camera, I got my Louis Vuitton pajamas on. Like, nope. Nobody outside of my house would know. Not even my kids would know I won the lottery. I ain't even telling them.
Yeah, Brendan got to, bro. Look,
Danny, you gonna tell your kids you won the lottery?
What you said? I wouldn't tell them.
I said, would you? You gonna tell your kids?
Yes, I guarantee you, y'all.
They would never know. My kids would never know.
Y'all gonna know if we won the lottery. I guarantee you gonna know.
Listen. I don't. There's not a lot of stuff I need.
Jesus, Kevin. Like I said, I
Hey, we went to Spirit Halloween yesterday, and I was like, "Yo, there's some decent stuff in here that you could actually get."
You tried to make an Ace Blade costume.
Hey, not to hold you, my wife actually sent me in there to get to see if they had the muscle joints, the muscle pad. You know how they got the silicone muscle.
Yeah.
She sent me in there because she was like, "Hey, you know what? Maybe by NC Comic Con you can have this cosplay set up." And don't be shocked if by November we got something.
The last 2 or 3 cons I've done, I've had a woman in each con tell me straight up, I'm going to cosplay it this next time. I was like, listen, you cosplay this and you see me again, we doing a photo shoot in the middle of the doggone aisle. I don't even care.
Yeah,
I'm taking a million pictures with you.
I've had women say they want to cosplay Harlem. I'm like, by all means, do.
Kevin's stupid.
Yeah, Kevin be an idiot.
Kevin, you know,
what was the other?
Trying to have a good time.
Hey, she might. Hey,
the other thing, Danny, you wanted to talk about was based on Kerry Washington's interview.
Oh, I watched the whole interview. That was a good interview.
About kids, keep the secrets you keep from your kids.
Yeah. So she was on the Breakfast Club. I just happened to be, scrolling on YouTube. I was like, oh, Kerry Washington's on the Breakfast Club. They usually do pretty good interviews. So come to find out, she's putting her on how her daddy ain't her daddy. She put out a like kind of a autobiography.
I'm starting it this week.
And she recently found out that her father was not her biological father. Now, this is basically they kept it a secret that they had fertilization issues. So, and in the early 80s, the late 70s, it was kind of taboo to be doing those kind of things. So it wasn't something that they would, regularly talk about. So they went to a sperm bank, they got a donor, and just didn't tell her for her whole life that she wasn't that he wasn't her dad, her biological dad, but for all intents and purposes, he is her father. She's like, this is my dad. I always will say that he's my dad because he raised her. But the thing that she said is that as growing up, she felt like there was always something that they were keeping from her. Like she didn't feel good enough because she felt like they were holding back from her. Like there was a psychological thing that she could feel between her and her parents. She was the only child, and she could always feel that there was something that they weren't being honest with her about. And she thinks that it affected her, mentally growing up. So she developed an eating disorder. She she had this whole this perfection etiquette thing that she would go to when she was like, that's kind of what drove her into acting, because she could pretend to be this other person while Kerry Washington. She could pretend to be this other person the whole time while she was eating, doing all of this stuff, and then she would throw herself into working out, and she was really facing trauma until she started to get therapy. And I was like, you just never know. And she also said, she didn't blame her parents because they really thought that they were doing what was best for her, you know. But you really never know how, um, we all as parents want to do what's best for our kids, but we never know how it's going to affect them in the future. We never know. Um, we just never know. So, I just wanted to see what y'all thought about that. If how do you deal with your kids, like when, like, I got kids at all different ages. Olivia's a little cute princess right now, but she be asking questions, and I'm like, I don't know if you're ready to know the answer to that yet. you know so and I know, Morgan, you got a college age kid, so there's stuff that you probably telling her that you never thought you would.
Oh, you don't even know the half of it. Um, uh, yeah, I don't know if I've talked about that on live or not, but I mean, without getting completely into the weeds, me and my daughter have had to have some extremely rough conversations, especially for me, because of um, you know things with me and her mom. Nothing bad, nothing bad between me and her mom. It's just like the life situation. We've had to have some extremely hard conversations, but I was extremely proud of her because um, uh, I think, like me, she is willing. Like, she was very, very shy, the same as I was when I was little. When I was little, I was extremely shy. Like, don't look people in the eyes. Like, if I have an opinion or a thought about something, I'm not actually gonna say it because I don't want nobody looking at me sideways, or like to make anybody like uncomfortable, or make somebody mad at me or something like that. I always had that growing up, and like the big one of the biggest ways that I've seen my daughter, and I'm talking about literally the exact same tone that I use in everything, and she was not around when I was her age, but like, you could ask my baby like, hey, uh we get ready to go get something to eat. I'd be like, what you want to eat? Now I know she wants Chick-fil-A. I don't have to guess. You know what I'm saying? I know either she wants Chick-fil-A or she wants some spare ribs from some Chinese restaurant. It's one of those two things. Like, those are like her two favorite foods. So I know she wants one or the other one, right? And I can ask her, like, baby, what you want to eat? Without hesitation, she grew past it, but without hesitation, she'd be like, I don't know. The exact same tone. She knows for fact what she wants, but she doesn't want to like come off as being annoying or ask too much or whatever. And I used to do it for the exact same reason, the exact same tone. And that's just an example of like one of the things that like it's a carbon copy type thing. So there's other things, like when it comes to her being able to have tough conversations and put things on the table and trust that the truth is going to come. That means a lot to me as her dad, that she feels like she can come and ask me and I'm gonna tell her the truth about whatever the situation. And there was some heavy conversations we had to have right before she went to college. But my fatherly style with her is to keep things a band. I mean, most people know me. Like, if we're talking about something, I'm gonna shoot straight about what it is. And I do the same thing with my daughter. I don't beat around the bush. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm just, especially if you ask me, I'm gonna tell you, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be frank about it, not mean or like anything like that, but I want to keep it a band with you because I don't want there to be any misinterpretation. I'm gonna ask you, if you agree or do you understand or whatever. And because she's in college, God knows I've had to have some very, you know what I'm saying, like, hey, listen, some of them are lighter, like, me trying to teach her spades before she gets to A&T, because please, God help you if you get to an HBCU and don't know how to play spades.
I was gonna ask you, did she learn? Did she get the concept? Did she figure it
Yeah,
out?
she got the concept. She still calls the suits shapes. Uh, but I mean, she got the,
Hilarious.
she does not call them suits. She calls them shapes. Um, but she knows the number one rule: do not renege. I don't care what you do. Don't forget that. Do not forget. Do not forget. Don't renege. And she gets that. But I've had to have other conversations with her, like, hey, listen, these are the reasons you don't want to do those things. I understand, but I told her from the beginning, it's not my job as your dad to judge you. It's my job to teach you and guide you in the right direction. You're gonna make your own decisions. Um, I made stupid decisions. I'm sure you're gonna make some too. I just hope that it doesn't cost you more than it costs me. That's all you can do as a parent, bro. Especially when they're at this age. Like you can't control them. You can't. You know what I mean? Like all you can do is tell them, put them on game, and let them make their own decisions and hope for the best. And that's all you could do.
You know, it's funny. I saw it wasn't a meme. It was on Instagram. It was a video, and the guy was like, "There's like 3 seasons."
Yeah, Nick, it'll do that. I'm not. Keep going, bro. I'm
That's
sorry.
all right. There's 3 seasons that a son has with his father, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this really applies to like all kids, but like the first season is that the son idolizes the dad.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second season is the son demonizes the dad,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then the third is the son humanizes the dad. Like, you know, for demonize, you know, I don't know how you guys in relationships are with your fathers, but like even with my mother, like there were times when my mom, she she would, tell me to do something I don't want to do, or she just trying to tell me what to do, blah 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 blah. Even though I had a great relationship with my mother, there's still contention because you trying to puff your chest out, you trying to be grown, and you not. But then the humanization of it is what I thought was interesting, because it's like you reach a point where you realize your parents are just humans and they make mistakes and they don't get everything right and they did the best that they can. Now, obviously, there are other parents. What happened?
No, I was saying I don't know if I ever got that idolizes phase, because when I was born, my dad went to prison shortly thereafter and was in prison until I was 8. And then after that, I really demonized him because he was abusive. And then when I left, I really started to humanize him after I left home and he started changing and getting better. And I was like, okay, I started humanizing him. But
I didn't have it either though. Like I loved my dad because my dad, he didn't live in the same house as me. My dad was in Ohio, and I would see him every now and again. I never idolized my dad. Like I loved him. I idolized my mom though. Like that's who got that, But I humanized my dad early. I never demonized him for some reason. I never idolized my dad.
You cutting it close.
I'm talking about this.
But like I think about that when I think about my son and the way he is now. And like I feel like I'm trying to use that to prepare me for when he becomes a teen, because I never had I don't remember, I never had like the interaction with my dad as a teenager. Like I did, but it wasn't like consistent. It was like I went to go visit my dad and I felt like a visitor. Like he was my dad, I'm his son, but like I'm just visiting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there wasn't that, oh, you on punishment or you can't do this or none of that like that. So I think about that when I think of my son. Like it's different with my stepdaughters because they're my stepdaughters. Like there's a different relationship. If they ask me a question about something, I answer it, but I usually leave everything to their dad. Like I don't want to steal that stuff from him.
Yeah.
But if they ask me, like I answer it. But I think about my son and I'm like, like right now, like he just a couple of hours ago, he's like, Dad, can I call you Superman? And I'm like, bet, sure, great. Like this is like this is great, and I know it's gonna change
Yeah.
Because eventually he's going to be like, you know, even now, like he'll say some, you know, he you know, it's the more he becomes independent, the more it'll be, you know, dad's just, he don't want me to do something, you know.
He gonna let you at some point. It's coming.
I'm all right with
DJ,
it. But
getting there. DJ getting there now. He's starting to get a little, you know.
he getting there. So.
I prepared my whole life for that moment. I mean, me and my boy Kenny used to talk about that when I was in college, and that crap used to make, boy, when I tell you, my bro used to make me laugh so hard, bro, because he was like, when I have my kids, he used to always say, when I have my kids and my son try me like that, if they get in trouble, I'm not gonna say nothing when they get to the house. I'm just gonna be sitting in the chair. He said, I'm gonna be sitting in the chair, and when they come to the house, if they got in trouble at school, I'm gonna be like, make me laugh. And if they don't make him laugh, he putting hands on the mugs.
You read it, just, what? You read just right.
Oh,
yeah. I'm sorry, Just. That was hilarious. Just how's the cops renting relationship between the girls?
Cops renting relationship.
He meant co-parenting.
How was the cops? Oh, he meant co-parenting. Okay. I was confused too. How is the
co-parenting relationship? Okay. I was so confused. Okay.
The relationship I have with their father, honestly, it was non-existent, but you know, over time it's gotten better. We actually, when they graduated, we were able to like go have dinner at like everybody, like, you know, him, you know, the girls, everybody. We were able to like, you know, we talked and, you know, we had a conversation. You know, I don't hate the dude. You know, he's all right, cool. You know, I mean, you know, it must be nice to live in Miami by yourself and just.
Oh boy!
Somebody
got I think I'm very happy that me and my son's mom.
Wait. Can I tell a real quick story?
Yeah.
So this happened like 5 days ago. So my son did something. My son wanted something from me, and I told him he couldn't have it. This little boy came over to me like this. Like, I promise you, chest, like his arms are down, his fists were balled up. And he punched me in my knee. And it felt like a sponge hit me, but he punched me in my knee. I said,
well, it's a dub now.
I went up, I grabbed his iPad. I was like, nope. That little boy lost it. No. He was on the ground crying. My wife came down. She said, what is going on? I was like, that little boy just punched me out of anger.
You better than me.
Man.
You're better than me, sir.
What you want me to do? Cave his chest in?
Hey. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Dude,
one thing I'm not gonna buy from my kids.
I'm not gonna
buy for my kids. You feel like it's okay to hit grown up.
No, dude. I tell you, once I snatched up that iPad, he was dragging himself on the ground. I was like, nope.
Not Carlton. He pulled the Carlton.
He pulled the Carlton. I was like, you understand? Don't you ever hit me again?
See, that's what I'm saying.
Let me tell you though. If he was like 12, I'd have caved his chest in right then.
I grew up, should have plucked him in his 40s. Look, Jess, at the least.
Hey, bro. Just with 2 fingers. Did that Spider-Man on him. Just
come here, son. Let me show you how to play Bolt real quick. Let me show you how to play
I didn't want to like meet violence with violence.
Son, you weren't allowed to play open chess, son.
But if he was like 10 or 12, I'd have caved his little chest. Like, no.
That's what I'm saying. I grew up around different parenting styles because I didn't have my father in the house. My grandma was a beast. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody knows my grandma knows she didn't play. So, I looked up to his name is his nickname is Pokey. But I love him.
Oh my God.
I love him to death.
That's scary. Talking like Pokey.
His name is Douglas, but
nah, you a grown man with that nickname. You done did some time.
I don't think he did. But like in the house,
you'd have been hurting some people.
in his house, right? I will never forget this day. I was over there, bro, and he had 4 boys and a girl. No, 3 boys and a girl. And
we gotta do the list.
This dude had a I'll say this and then we get to the list. This dude had a stick in the house called Regulator.
I told you you can't be named Pokey.
Bro, he was talking to them one day. I didn't know about this stick until I went over there this day. And one of them did something. It's probably Adrian. And one of them did something. He said, "Go get me the regulator." And I was like, "The regulator? What is that?" And they went and got this stick. I'm talking about a real stick. Like it was like a 2x4. And that joint was like this long, about this thick, bro. And it had regulator written on it in red. Boy, and he took that crap and then he took that and put it down on the washing machine, right? And then he was like, "You know what? Never mind. I'm not even about to do that. Go get me the strap." This big leather strap, bro. He took that joint.
And that dude got slave torture. He got slave weapons.
Bruh, he didn't hit him. He hit the washing machine and that crap shook for like 10 minutes. That joke was like, like, I will never forget the sound of it, man. Every kid in there was, including me, I was like almost 17, 18. I was like, oh my God.
You should be getting whooped at 17, 18, man.
No, it wasn't me. It's not my daddy, but
I know. I'm saying,
bro. Like, when he hit that washing machine, I said,
you did something wrong. If you still got to whoop him at like 17, 18.
I didn't want no smoke. I did not want smoke. I tell you that. I saw what he did the washing machine. That was good enough for me.
All right, I gotta put Junior down, so we gotta do the list.
Yeah, I'll go first. I'll go first on this
one. Oh, did you put my win on, right?
Yeah, I got it. Well, let me do it while we're on here. I gotta find my chalk, but yeah.
Now he lost the chalk.
No, it's
okay. Now he lost the chalk. The next week I'm gonna be like, I'm missing one.
You're down by 2 still. Oh. But I'll go first.
Oh, you missing? I'm missing like 2 wins.
No, I'm not.
I'm just saying.
Let me find the chalk real quick.
You see, Morgan got my name. Why you got my name on here?
I don't know how that happened. Don't do that.
What's going on here? You got my name. You're right, Sean. Taking away their iPad and mobile devices, that hit harder than a punch sometimes.
That's what got me. When my grandma used to take my PlayStation, bro, my life used to end in my mind.
Look at that. Look at that. Here we go. Let's get it.
All right, so top 5 Super Bowl.
What are you doing, Morgan? I mean, Danny, what are you doing? Are you on TikTok?
No, I got a second monitor in here that I'm just trying to work on something.
Top 5 Super Bowl performances. All right, so I will go first, and this was rough for me. My number 5 spot was rough for me because I have a favorite, but we're doing best, so I have to consider other people's feelings. even though I really don't want to on this one because it's my personal favorite, but I don't know if everybody would have it in their top 5. So my number five for me, the infamous one, bro, Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake. It's got to go on there for that alone. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me twisted. The performance was great. You know what I'm saying? Like the performance was great among all of the performances. It stands up over time. I don't think you could watch that. I mean, they had it. Who else was in there? Janet, Nelly. Somebody else was in between there, and then Justin Timberlake was only out there for a minute and a half. That just shows you how quickly stuff can go there. They had just done Rhythm Nation. They had just done that. And then they went to some other song, and then Justin Timberlake comes out for that last minute and some change, and everything goes left. Our lives are forever changed. The internet changes forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it had to be up there for that alone. That was my number 5. Number 4, and this is where it was hard for me because I could have put this one of the artists up there twice. But I'm gonna go with Beyonce's Standalone, 2013. When she brought out Destiny's Child, amazing. I mean, it's Beyonce, bro. It's Queen Bee. She was at her best. Her performance was fantastic. Destiny's Child's harmony was Oh my God, it was amazing. You know what I'm saying? The whole show was fantastic. And I think everybody remembers that Super Bowl. So that's my number 4. Number 3, Dr. Dre, bro. Dre Day in Cali. Are you kidding me, bro? Like in Cali, in LA, in that stadium, Snoop Crip walk. I bet people that he was gonna see walk. I bet my best friend. I said, I'm telling you, he's going to see walk. I am sure of it. And as soon as Snoop started out, he in all blue, and my man was up there getting it. I said, hey, you can't get better than this. And then Kendrick came out too. I was like, yo, that performance, it could be higher. I'm not gonna cap. It could be higher, but it's not, only because the two that are above it are up there above it for a reason. Number 2, the greatest performer to ever live, in my opinion, Michael Jackson. He became the standard for why you wanted to do the Super Bowl halftime show. Like, you can't overcome Michael Jackson. There's one person over Michael Jackson, and it is for reasons that to this day I don't know if they could be transcended. But Michael Jackson he's number 2 on my list because he is the icon, he is the legend, and his performance was legendary as well. There's some stuff I wish would have been different with the show, but it's still freaking Michael Jackson, so you can't go wrong with it. And number 1, the greatest Super Bowl halftime show that I've ever seen, and I've watched it 3 times a day just to confirm it over again. Prince has to be number 1, bro. Has to be. That dude's performance. You talk about legendary. Are you kidding me? Like that, bro. He did Purple Rain in the rain. there were 2 dancers that were dancing in stilettos the entire time and like doing like whole jumps and stuff like that. He switched guitars 4 times in the same performance. The whole crowd, it's impossible to watch that Super Bowl performance and not get goosebumps. Impossible. Especially at the end when he asked them, do they want to sing? And the whole crowd is singing loud. Everybody's singing that crap. It's a historic moment. I can't think of a list that, if you have a number 1 that's not that, I think you're wilding. I think either you need to go watch Prince again or you're lying to yourself. But that's my 5. I'm gonna post it in a second. I gotta type it in.
You want to go, Danny, or you want me to go?
Go ahead, Jerome.
All right. Number 4. Again, I always do one that I like with my 5th one.
You mean number 5?
But number 5, sorry. Number 5.
I should have went first.
So number 5, Bruno Mars, man. Like, I liked Bruno Mars before that performance.
His standalone?
2014.
Okay.
I liked Bruno Mars before that performance, but I became a fan of Bruno Mars after that.
Is that the one with Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. He killed it. He killed it. I think he made a fan of like everybody after that one. All right, number 4, I gotta go with the one that changed the world, man. It was a great performance. Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake was a great performance, but the fact that it not only killed her career, it almost killed MTV when you think about it. Like, MTV kind of stopped playing a lot of music after that. Justin Timberlake's career took a hit. That dude had to come and beg and then get a whole album done by Timbaland just to get back in people's good graces.
All right, that album was great though.
It was.
That album's still great. One of the all-time greats.
He listen. You can make the argument that he's had 3 great albums straight.
What's good, Kenji?
3 straight great albums. Okay, anyway, and then he created YouTube. So it was literally one of the most legendary performances, and with the outlook, with the outcome and all that. Number 3, I gotta go with Beyonce.
What?
I gotta go with Beyonce at number 3.
Standalone?
The standalone, 2013.
All right.
I mean, honestly, that again, I'm not the biggest Beyonce fan. I like some of her songs, but that was a great performance, man.
I appreciate you giving my baby props, bro. I appreciate
Number 2, this is where Morgan gonna get mad. Prince. Purple Rain in the Rain was amazing. It was an amazing performance, top to bottom. I can't deny anything that Morgan said. But if your number one ain't the king of damn pop, Michael damn Jackson, this man stood on a stage for a minute and people cheered as he stood there. He didn't sing a note. That man just stood there. This performance was so good. That it was the reason why all these other performances are as big as they are. Because before, the halftime shows weren't great. Remember that. And the NFL literally came through with Michael Jackson because In Living Color took away some of their viewers. That's why the NFL literally had to go, we need to get people back. Who do we get? Michael damn Jackson.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Well, we'll get into it.
Michael Jackson. I'm sorry. Prince was amazing.
I think,
but
there's no way. So, all right. Let me ask this.
Let him do his thing. Let him.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Danny.
He said, "Look at Borg. You want to say something so bad." I think the only one I got to explain is my number 4. So, I went with the biggest.
What's number 5?
Super Bowl moments. Dr. Dre at 5, U2.
That's disrespectful.
U2 at 4 because it was right after the 9/11 thing. That was the first time I actually remember being emotional during a Super Bowl performance. It's probably because I had just signed up for the military and all that.
What year was one you said?
What year was U2?
U2 was
that was 9/11.
2012. Yeah, that was right after the 9/11 performance. So it was 2012 then.
Morgan ain't ever schooled me, bro.
All right, so Dr. Dre, U2, Mr. Jackson, Prince, Mrs. Jackson.
So I get what he's doing. I get why. He said he said why. He said why. He said he was doing off a moment.
I went for biggest moments.
That's why.
Okay.
I don't agree with it, but I understand.
I understand the reasoning. All right, so
I understand that logic.
Number 3 was Michael. Number 2 was Prince.
But that's what I'm saying. Even with moments, like Michael's was a bigger moment than Prince's.
No.
How is it not a bigger moment?
I disagree. I think Prince's Purple Rain in the Rain
was a phenomenal performance.
That is.
But we talking about the king of damn pop.
Yeah,
literally people fainting. People were fainting in the Super Bowl, dude.
That is literally the only reason that you. The only reason
I prefer, you know what though,
but he didn't do anything.
If you're just saying that moment, if you're saying that moment puts it on top over top of Michael's, I disagree. I think
the performance puts it over Michael's.
No, I disagree.
It definitely does.
I don't think Michael did anything in his performance, and we've all recently just watched these. I don't think Michael did anything in his performance that was outstanding more than his normal performances. His performances.
Wait a minute,
great.
Hold on.
Prince
does the same. Wait, outside of In the Rain,
he don't do Purple Rain in the Rain.
Outside of Purple Rain in the Rain, it's the same Prince performance. It's the same Prince performance though. If you've seen Prince perform, it was the same Prince performance.
His performance was flawless.
I didn't say it wasn't, but it's the same Prince performance.
The singing was flawless. The guitar solos were insanity, and there was. The Purple Rain in the Rain moment was literally the most iconic thing. There's nothing.
Yeah, it is not more iconic than Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Dude.
The only reason that Michael Jackson
there for 2 minutes is not.
That's not more.
That's Michael Jackson.
That's the thing. You know, can I tell you why that's more? I'm gonna tell you why that's more iconic than Prince standing in the rain. Because every time we have an argument about Michael Jackson on this damn show, and we talk about how much of an icon it is, that's the first thing we bring up. That's the first thing we bring up. That man stood there and people just cheered. Literally. That's the first thing. Every single time we've had an argument.
We're not talking about performances then. We're talking about his status as an icon with that. We're not talking about.
You just talking about moment. You just talking about the moment.
Agreed.
Yes, the moment. Him standing there for 2 minutes while people are screaming is not
about moments.
You
were talking about moments.
We've seen him do that. See, okay,
We ain't never seen nobody do that in a Super Bowl.
We've seen Michael do it though. We've seen Michael do that at every show.
Not really.
The most popular concert that I ever saw Michael Jackson do growing up was Budapest. That was in 1992. He became famous for being in Budapest and just standing on that stage, and women were falling out everywhere across that crowd. He literally said no words. He just stood there. And
I'm telling you, if you want to argue that the performance is better,
but Prince's performance on that stage,
I would say the
better.
only reason I would say, but if we're talking about the entirety of the performance, that moment and everything surrounding it was a bigger moment than Prince. Prince had a great performance, but everything surrounding Michael, the fact that it was the first Super Bowl performance where they actually cared about the Super Bowl performance in a while. Like they didn't have like
Diana
big
Ross
stars
on the Super Bowl, bro.
Huh?
Yeah, I think that worked against him though.
How?
I think because Michael Jackson's performance was so early in the development of the Super Bowl, the performances got better after that. Like it was more like a
most watched.
It was like a 15-minute concert.
The most watched Super Bowl halftime of all time is Rihanna.
No, I think it's
Rihanna.
Janet.
Look it up.
I think it's Janet.
I know for a fact it's Rihanna.
I'm pretty sure it's
it is Rihanna. It is Rihanna and then Katy Perry actually. Katy Perry is next. And Katy Perry's Super Bowl.
That was a good one though. That was a good one.
It was fantastic, without question.
You talking about are you talking about at the time, or which one has the most views on YouTube right now?
The most watched I think
it says the most watched is Rihanna with 121 million.
Yeah. It's Rihanna.
Katy Perry is 120.
Who watched it
Michael
live?
Jackson's not even in the top 5.
Well, hold on. Let me find out the criteria.
At the time, the Super Bowl was on tape delayed in. Nobody was watching.
Yeah, I don't know.
Everybody did.
I think it's a little different though. Mostly because it's a lot easier to watch. Like you have to realize, like during Michael, people go to like Super Bowl parties. Like you only can watch it on. Hold on, you can only watch it on TV. On these, you can watch it on your phone. You can watch it on your iPad. You can watch it on your laptop. Yeah. There's a lot more.
That's an accessibility.
Yeah, it's way more accessible.
Oh, let's give you that. Okay. It was FAMU actually. FAMU was out there with him. But I didn't like that because I'm an Aggie.
What
but
does that mean?
I'll take it. The only way that you could even attempt to make the argument,
Junior,
Michael Jackson, I give it to Michael Jackson because it's Michael Jackson. But performance-wise, there's nobody outperformed Prince at the Super Bowl halftime show, bro. And there have been some amazing performances.
Prince is even over Michael Jackson on YouTube. That's wild.
I'm telling you, there's no comparison. There's no.
I'm with you, Mark. I'm with you.
Yeah, there's no. No, I'm not fussing. I'm just saying, like, I went back.
I don't know why J-Lo and Shakira are number one. That don't make no sense.
J-Lo and Shakira's was awesome too, though. It was really, really good.
But also, you have to take into account the fact that Super Bowls weren't like NFL wasn't like king the way it is now. Like it's just not. Back then, the NFL wasn't as big of a deal as it is now. The one
that I wanted to put on here that I switched out with Beyonce standalone was Coldplay, Bruno Mars, and Beyonce. Because that's my personal favorite. That one because I still when I watched that number one that was our last Super Bowl trip, which bad memories, but that was our last. Shut up. That was our last Super Bowl trip. Coldplay's Vita. What's the name of that song? Vita. It's Vita something. That I love that song. Every time I hear that song, I get emotional. I don't even know why, but I love that song. Beyonce and Bruno Mars face off joint. There's so many iconic parts of that performance. That was when Beyonce had done the Formation video. So the Miami PD said they weren't going to provide security for her. So Minister Farrakhan and the Fruit of Islam said that they would provide security. They did the Malcolm X joint. They came out and there was so much that was iconic in that halftime show. and that's still my personal favorite. Like I get emotional every time I watch it.
Why you didn't pick it then?
Because it's my favorite, but I can't say that it's an overall better performance than Beyonce standing on Destiny.
We always pick number 5 as our favorite.
No, you do that, and Javon is doing that. I definitely I put Janet as my number 5. I wouldn't have Janet in my top 5 if it wasn't for that colossal moment, because I think there are definitely better shows than Janet's was for sure. Janet and Justin Timberlake's show was great, but I wouldn't put it over. I'm not gonna cap. I wouldn't put it over Katy Perry and Missy. I wouldn't put it over Lady Gaga.
I missed the nipple slit.
Katy Perry was singing though.
Katy Perry was singing.
Oh, yeah.
Lady Gaga's. I would put Lady Gaga's over hers.
Lady Gaga.
I would put Lady Gaga's over hers. I would put.
I'm not a big fan of Lady Gaga music, so I wasn't feeling it. Like if I'm not a fan of the music, I missed most of that one. I missed that one. I was at a party, so I was getting like a, what do you call it, when somebody caricature done to me. So I missed the whole doggone thing.
I'm getting ready to
at a Super Bowl party.
Yeah, man.
I'm getting ready to put the poll up now.
Nothing happened to Gaga. I haven't. I'm trying to think. I don't know many songs of hers off the top of my head.
That's unfortunate.
Oh yeah.
Welcome. She got some bangers now.
That's not my deal.
But I ain't gonna cap. Katy Perry's show was fantastic. It was fantastic, and not just because of Missy. Like her part was great.
I can't even. I know Justin did a performance, but I don't remember anything about it though.
Yeah,
Justin's NSYNC performance was better than his the one with Janet.
The one with Nelly and everybody.
Yeah,
they had a whole bunch of people on that one. It was like Nelly and dang on Aerosmith and
I remember that one.
Mary J. Blige was out there. Like
Britney Spears in it too.
Yeah, it was. They had a whole bunch of people.
That one was good. I remember liking that. I don't remember liking his.
They did mashups, like they did mashups of their songs and stuff. That was pretty cool.
I remember liking his.
That was the one with Chris Rock, right? That's the one where Chris Rock did the little skit.
I don't know that. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, man. Maybe
but that Prince versus Michael, when I knew that was going to be a thing, and that's why at first I said if we don't all have Prince, I didn't say Prince, but I said if we don't all have the same number 1, I'm gonna be pissed. But then I was like, man, there's Michael Jackson. I was like, man, there's Michael Jackson, bro. Somebody's gonna say it. I know, and I was like, because it's Michael Jackson, I can't really say, but so much it just would be a disagreement. But in my opinion,
when they gotta come to you to hold on, I remember JT did that Prince tribute. Oh yeah. Oh, that's where. Oh, okay. Now it's coming back to me.
In my
when they had to come to you to make the Super Bowl halftime relevant, and you do it, and everybody tried to top you from that point.
They did that with Jay-Z. That's why they contracted the Rock Nation.
No, they did. They didn't do that to make it relevant. They did that to get back viewers who they pissed off from the Janet thing. Because there's a lot of people that was upset that Janet got railroaded.
The poll is up, y'all. The poll is up in the group.
I'm still upset. Say what?
You talking about why they brought in Paul McCartney?
Remember after the Janet Jackson thing, they had all these rock bands and all that, and because they didn't, you know how it is when they try to unblack it, because they had a bunch of real black performers, and then they shut that joint down.
Oh wow. Before I go, Transformers is a new comic book series has come out for Transformers.
Oh yeah. All right, I gotta go. I gotta put the baby down.
I gotta get out of here too.
All right, folks. I wish I had to tell you that I was going to be here somewhere this weekend, but I don't know if I am, so I might not actually have anything to do. But I will be at FSK Con or FS Con. What is it? Is it FSK Con or FS Con? I will be at FS Con this year, so if you're in the building.
Next week we are doing top 5 time travel movies.
Looking forward to that.
Top 5 time travel movies. Yes, I will say I thoroughly enjoyed just being able to go down memory lane on this list though. Like it made me so.
I just watched Tom Cop, so expected to be on my list. All right, y'all.
Yeah, we all.
I'm out.
I appreciate y'all for coming through and listening as usual. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Make sure y'all go vote on the poll. I appreciate you, Sean. Make sure y'all go vote in the group. I can't think of any. Danny and I have some really big news coming soon. Can't spoil it. I would like to, but I can't. But we have some really big news coming this month, so stay tuned. You'll hear about it here and other places, but we have some big news that we're very, very excited about. And Javon does too, actually. But we got to keep it quiet for now. So we love y'all. Thank y'all for the support. Make sure y'all go vote on the poll right now. And if you haven't went back to watch those performances in a while, go watch them. It'll make you happy, I promise. My whole day was made great by me going back and watching those performances today, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. So I hope y'all have a dope night. Love y'all. See y'all next week. Top 5 time travel movies. See y'all later.